Hi, people. Good morning. Today is day 28. We have 2 more days until the end of November. I just came in from school run. Still very cold. I'm letting the heating marinate, before I take off my jacket. But how are you doing? Thank you for sticking through with me. Today, I wanted us to talk about something a lot of people struggle with, and it's imposter syndrome. um I don't know the exact definition. I can find out, um but I just wanted to talk about it from my own understanding, and why a lot of people are, are struggling with it so much at this time. Let's see. Imposter syndrome from Wikipedia, also known as imposter phenomenon, is a psychological experience of intellectual and professional fraudulence. This one is big English. Oh. One source defined it as the subject experience of perceived self doubt in one's abilities and accomplishments compared with others, despite evidence to suggest the contrary. I think this is a better one. Um, I have never struggled with imposter syndrome, and I'm sure a lot of people my age, can relate to that, because in our time there was no social media, and I think one of the greatest contributor of imposter syndrome is social media. um because in our time we didn't have social media, so everybody was doing their own thing. I mean, even if we're younger, I mean, not so younger, but everybody was doing their own thing. You see people when you see them. And the kind of person that I am, if you're not in my circle, or if you're not in the phase of my life, at the time where I'm at, I am not really bothered about, what you're doing, or, I'm not saying that we're not going to be friends, but that is not going to be my bother, because you're not in my face. Whenever we see, we can catch up, and that's how I see relationships with people. I am not someone to hold on to people, because I want to just be in touch with you for being in touch with you sake. If you're not in my if you're not in the phase of the life where I'm at a particular time, I don't necessarily bother so much or care so much, about you, or, not in a bad way. So I remember when Facebook came out, and you know how people will invite you, oh, be my friend on Facebook. I was on Facebook early. Somebody opened it for me, but I felt somehow, making people my friends, especially people that I didn't see. First of all, they were not my friends in real life. Second of all, they were not in my in the phase of life where I'm at. And third of all, um I mean, I think those were the two reasons. First, they were not my friends in real life. Maybe we went to the same school or something. And then, second of all, they were not in the phase of life where I was at that time. There was no need for us to be friends. But yeah, Facebook made it that you could relate with people who were far off, and all that. And I understood that my Facebook was always on private. But it was recently that my sister-in-law wanted to share one of the parenting posts that I put out, and she was like, "Your page is on private. Are you sure people can see what you're posting?" And all that. And then she helped me, and I tried to remove it from private. I don't even know if I think it's still on share with the people that follow you, something like that. But this is just to show you that I'm not a very outgoing, or extra social person. I like my space, I like my peace, I like my quiet. But like I was saying, let's go back to imposter syndrome. One of the things that have caused people to suffer from this is social media. And I have a good bad relationship with social media, and that was one of the things that made me not to rush into social media. When it first came out, I was very what would I use now, intentional about what I wanted, or how I wanted to be seen, by the world. or what I wanted the world to see. Better, that's a better way to put it. Um, I did not understand the idea of sharing things with people that's not, that's might not really care about you. They don't really know you. And it's not their fault. It's just, I mean, if something happens to me today, who are the people that are going to be that are going to be the first partakers of, whether good or bad? Those were the people that I am interested in. I'm not. This is not to say that everybody is not important. Everybody is important, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Not all of us are cut out for the social media brouhaha and everything that goes on with it. And that's why when I came on social media, I was like, I want to talk about parenting and parenting alone. It was just gradually I started to share my children because of what I do, and to build trust and to show people that, oh, I have children, I can relate, and all that. And I even take permission from them before I share them, especially at the age where they are at now, because in as much as I'm living digital footprint for myself, I'm already beginning to leave digital footprints for my children, and I want to be very intentional about that. So I will say that if you're suffering from imposter syndrome, um drop your phone, or I don't drop your phone and do what you need to do, because most of us, we tend to, this is not an advice, we tend to creep in on people, look at what other people are doing, and then it stops you from doing what you are supposed to be doing. That's why in my industry, the parenting industry online, I don't really follow other parenting people, because I not because they are not doing well, but because I want to do my own thing. You understand? I want to share what I'm experiencing, things that I'm learning, what I think that people will need. I don't want to be influenced by other people, because it happens. Even if you don't naturally have this imposter syndrome, you can begin to see people, and at some point it will rub you off. I mean, that's why the Bible says, guard in your heart with all diligence, because out of it comes the issues of life. The things that you consume a lot, will make you sometimes want to second guess your own life and your own self. But thank God for my upbringing. Like I always say, when I was growing up, my mom used to say, "Be content with what you have," and these are things I'm teaching my children. I don't have a problem with seeing somebody buy a new house. That's not where you catch me. You cannot catch me. I don't even know where you catch me, but you cannot catch me with those kind of things, like yearning for something that somebody else has, or in the first place, I don't even want to know what you have. Do you understand? I'm not interested in what you have. You have something, okay, good for you. I'm happy for you, but that's not my motive. So I think the thing that people struggle with a lot, if you're struggling with imposter syndrome, I think you need to put down your phone, stop looking at what other people are doing, especially when it comes to content creation, and the things that you want to do. If you want to write a book, write a book. Don't care if, even if somebody is writing, do what you need to do. And and that's why I keep, and this thing, just do. You came to this life alone. That's my own perspective of life. You came to this life alone. Walk your path. If you follow me on Instagram, I always like to share focus. Do what you need to do. Forget about what another person is doing. I think that is the major thing that causes us imposter syndrome. Most of the pages I follow on Instagram are comedy. I like comedy. I like to laugh. I follow, my faith. I follow food, and then just things here and there that I can learn from. What pages do you follow, on Instagram? Can you relate to imposter syndrome? What do you think can help people that suffer from this? I just thought to share, because I see it a lot in people. I see that people, or I've heard that people are scared to do what they need to do because somebody else is doing it. If you need to learn from somebody, go and learn from somebody. There's no need, trying to, copy, or you, because you're being the second of somebody. I'm not saying you will not get inspiration from people. You can get inspiration from people, but most importantly is, don't put yourself in a position where you're constantly looking at somebody, and feeling some sort of way because of what they have and you don't have. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share today. Oh, surprisingly, this video is now 10 minutes. But what do you think can help people that suffer from imposter syndrome, when they are doubting themselves in their own abilities and accomplishment, because they are comparing themselves with others, and the evidence doesn't even suggest so. I mean, sometimes if they keep you and that person, you might even be doing well, much better, you might even have more knowledge, but because you are constantly subjecting yourself to looking out at what other people are doing, it restricts you. So that's what I wanted to share today. How is your is your experience with imposter syndrome? Do you have that? I know everybody has a bit of it. What I'm saying is, those people that are really stuck on it. And I'd like to know your relationship too with social media. How are you managing it? Does it affect you in some sort of way? But yeah, this is just to say, let's be mindful with the content that we consume, because it has effect on us, and the people around us. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in day 29. Bye.